Life is going to test you no matter who you are. It doesn't care about your plans, dreams, or how well you think you've got it together. Storms don't ask permission, they just come. And when they do, they will shake your world in unexpected ways. You could be the kindest, hardest working, most faithful person, and storms will still come knocking at your door. Some people think that if they live right, stay positive, and do good things, they can avoid struggle. But that isn't how life works. Struggle is part of the process. Some of you are in a storm right now wondering, why me? Why is this happening? But the truth is everybody gets hit. The difference is how you handle it. You either let the storm take you down or you stand up and push through it. Nobody in this world has ever lived a life without problems. Not the rich, not the famous, not the successful. They have all been through storms, some worse than yours. The difference is that they didn't let the storm break them. Storms don't just show up in one area of your life. They can hit your finances, your health, your relationships, your mindset all at once. And when that happens, it feels like the whole world is against you, like you are drowning with no way out. But here's what you got to understand. Storms aren't a punishment. They are a test. They are meant to see what you are made of, to see if you want the life you are praying for. Because if you can't handle the storm, you sure can't handle the success on the other side. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants a good life, financial freedom, happiness, and peace. But what people don't understand is that all those things come with a cost. You don't get to the top without going through something. You can sit and pray for a better life all you want, but if you aren't willing to deal with the process, you are wasting your time. You don't get sunshine without rain. You don't get growth without struggle. You don't get success without sacrifice. Look at anybody who made it. They didn't just wake up one day and have it all. They had to push through dark days, sleepless nights, disappointments, and heartbreaks. They had to keep moving even when it felt impossible. See, a lot of people want the reward, but they don't want the journey. They want the paycheck, but not the work. They want the strength, but not the pain that builds it. You can't pick and choose. If you want the good, you got to be ready for the bad. Storms don't come to destroy you, they come to shape you. They come to prepare you for the blessings you are asking for. If you can't handle a little rain, how are you going to handle a hurricane of blessings? Life is about balance. The people who succeed are the ones who understand that storms are necessary. They don't complain when the rain comes, they embrace it, knowing that the sun is coming right behind it. When you are in the middle of a storm, it feels like it's never going to end. Like you are stuck, drowning in problems with no way out. But let me tell you something, no storm lasts forever. Pain has an expiration date. Struggle is not permanent. The problem is most people give up before they reach the other side. They let the storm convince them that this is their life now, that they'll never make it out. And because they believe it, they stop fighting. Have you ever noticed how after a storm, the sun comes out like nothing ever happened? The trees are still standing, the birds are still singing, the world moves on. That's how life works. No matter how bad the storm is, it will pass. But you got to survive long enough to see the sunshine again. Some of you are in situations right now that feel unbearable. You are struggling, hurting, and ready to quit. But if you could just hold on a little longer, if you could just push through the pain, you'd see that the storm was never meant to destroy you. People who quit in the storm never see what's waiting for them on the other side. They never get to experience the breakthrough that is right around the corner. That's why you got to keep moving, no matter how bad it gets. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to see the whole path. You just have to trust that if you keep going, you'll make it out. Because you will. Every storm passes. Every night turns into morning. Every struggle has an ending. Anybody can be positive when life is good. Anybody can be strong when things are going their way. But when the storm hits, that's when you find out what you are made of. Storms don't just bring problems, they bring clarity. They show you who's really with you, who's really for you, and most importantly, who you are. You find out if you are a fighter or if you fold under pressure. When you are going through something, pay attention, watch how people act. Some folks will disappear the moment things get rough. Others will stick around but won't lift a finger to help. And then there are the rare ones, the ones who stand with you, who fight with you, who encourage you. Those are the people you keep. But more than anything, storms show you. They reveal your strength, your resilience, and your ability to adapt. They push you past your limits and make you realize you are stronger than you thought. You can tell yourself all day that you are tough, that you are built for this, but the storm will prove it. And once you make it through, you'll never doubt yourself again. Because you'll know if you survive that, you can survive anything. Storms don't come to break you. They come to make you unshakable, to show you that no matter what life throws at you, you can handle it. You just have to be willing to face the storm head on. Most people don't fail because they aren't capable. They don't fail because they don't have talent, intelligence, or opportunity. They fail because they quit too soon. They give up when things get tough. They throw in the towel when they don't see immediate results. They walk away from something that could have changed their life just because it didn't happen fast enough. See, the problem is we live in a world that wants everything right now. People want success overnight. They want results without the grind. They want the reward without the patience. And the moment things don't go as planned, they panic. They start doubting themselves. They start listening to the wrong voices, the voices that tell them, maybe this isn't for you. Maybe you should just stop. And that's exactly what they do. They don't realize that the breakthrough is always right past the breaking point. That moment when you feel like quitting, when you feel like you have done everything you can, and it still isn't working, that's when most people give up. And the saddest part, they don't even know how close they were. They don't realize that if they had just pushed a little longer, if they had just endured a little more, everything would have changed. Think about all the people who almost made it. The ones who started the business but gave up right before it took off. The ones who chased a dream but stopped when it got hard. The ones who were just one more attempt away from success but never tried again. Their story could have been different if they had just held on, if they had just kept going. But they didn't. And now they'll never know what was waiting for them on the other side. Have you ever heard of people digging for gold and stopping just inches away from striking it? That happens in life too. People work for years towards something, but because they don't see results when they expect them, they quit. But what if they were just one more step away? What if the storm was almost over? What if everything they wanted was right around the corner, but they walked away too soon? They would have made it, but they let doubt, frustration, and impatience take them out of the game. And let's be real, quitting is easy. That's why so many people do it. It's easy to throw in the towel. So it's easy to say, this isn't for me. It's easy to walk away when things get hard. But do you know what's hard? Sticking it out, pushing through, getting up every day and fighting for something, even when you don't see the results yet. That's what separates the people who make it from the people who don't. The ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how long it takes. Everything you want is on the other side of persistence. But most people never get there because they stop too soon. They stop at the first sign of failure. They stop when things take longer than expected. They stop when the road gets rough. But the truth is, the rough road is the right road. The struggles, the setbacks, the moments when you want to give up, that's part of the process. That's the test. And only the ones who keep going will ever know what's truly possible. If you are going through something right now, I need you to hear this. God didn't bring you this far just to leave you. You might be struggling, you might be hurting, you might be wondering why life feels so heavy, but trust me, there's a reason. There's a plan. And if God allowed you to step into this storm, He already has a way to bring you out of it. He didn't bring you to it without a way to carry you through it. See, a lot of people start doubting when they hit tough times. They start asking, why is this happening to me? Why is God letting me go through this? But let me ask you something. When has there ever been a testimony without a test? When has there been a victory without a battle? Every single person who has ever accomplished something great has been through a season where they felt lost, broken, and unsure. But the difference between them and the ones who gave up is faith. Faith that if God led them into it, He would also lead them out of it. Think about the struggles you have already survived. The things that once had you crying in the middle of the night. The problems that made you feel like you never recovered. Yet here you are. You made it. You pushed through. And if you look back, you'll see that every time you thought it was over, God made a way. It might not have been the way you expected, but He got you through it. And if He did it before, He'll do it again. The problem is most people panic in the middle of the storm. They let fear take over. They start thinking, maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe this is the end for me. But God never puts you in a situation without giving you everything you need to survive it. You already have the strength. You already have the endurance. You just have to trust that He didn't bring you here to watch you fail. He brought you to show you how strong you are. Sometimes the things we go through don't make sense at the moment. We don't see the purpose. We don't understand why we're struggling. But later, when we've made it through, we look back and realize that every single hardship prepared us for something greater. Every disappointment, every delay, every heartbreak was shaping us, molding us, teaching us what we needed to know. And if we hadn't gone through it, we wouldn't be ready for the blessings on the other side. Have you ever noticed how the strongest people are the ones who have been through the most? That's not a coincidence. Strength is built in struggle. Endurance is built in hardship. And when you make it out of this, you won't just be stronger, you'll be wiser, bolder, and more prepared for what's coming next. Because God isn't just getting you through this storm, He's using it to take you to another level. So no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much you feel like giving up, remember this, if God led you into this storm, He already has a way to lead you out. You just have to trust the process. Keep pushing, keep believing, keep holding on. You might not see it now, but He's already working on your breakthrough. And when you come out of this, you are going to be better than you ever imagined. Fear has a way of magnifying problems. It takes a bad situation and makes it feel impossible. It takes an obstacle and makes it look like a mountain. The storm itself isn't always what breaks people. It's the fear of the storm. Fear whispers in your ear, telling you that you won't survive, that you are not strong enough, that this is the end. And if you listen to that voice, you'll start believing it. You'll start doubting yourself. You'll start thinking the storm is bigger than you when in reality, it's only as big as you allow it to be. Some of you right now are standing in front of a challenge that seems too big to overcome. You are looking at your problems and thinking, how am I supposed to get through this? But let me ask you something. How many times in your life have you been in a situation that felt impossible and yet somehow you made it through? How many times have you thought, this is the worst thing that could happen, only to look back later and realize it wasn't as bad as you thought? Fear distorts reality. It makes temporary situations feel permanent. It makes you forget that you have already survived worse. Fear is the reason so many people stay stuck. They don't take risks, they don't step out on faith, and they don't chase their dreams because fear convinces them they'll fail before they even try. Fear tells them the storm is too strong. But what they don't realize is that most of the time, the storm isn't even the real problem. The real problem is the way they see it. The real problem is that they have already accepted defeat in their mind before they have even put up a fight. Think about this. When you were a kid, you were afraid of the dark. You'd see a shadow in your room and be convinced there was a monster. You'd panic, your heart would race, and you pull the covers over your head. But then in the morning when the light came in, you realized there was never a monster at all. It was just your imagination playing tricks on you. That's exactly how fear works. It takes something small, it makes it look terrifying. It takes a challenge, it makes it look unbeatable. But the moment you face it head on, you realize it was never as big as you thought. Fear is a liar. It will tell you that you don't have what it takes. It will tell you that this storm is the one that's going to take you down. But you know what? Every storm you have ever faced in your life was supposed to break you, and yet here you are. Fear told you before that you wouldn't make it, and it was wrong. So what makes you think it's telling the truth this time? If you look back at your life, you'll see that the things you were once afraid of are now nothing but memories. You overcame them. You survived. You got stronger. And this time won't be any different. The most dangerous thing about fear is that it makes people give up before they even try. It makes people run from opportunities that could have changed their lives. It makes people settle for less because they are too afraid to step into the unknown. But what if instead of running, you stood your ground? What if instead of letting fear control you, you controlled it? What if you told yourself, this storm might look big, but I'm bigger? Because the truth is, you are. You have already faced storms before. You have already conquered things that once terrified you. And the only thing standing between you and victory is your ability to see through the lies that fear is telling you. Fear will always be there. It will always try to convince you to quit, to turn back, to stay in your comfort zone. But the people who make it in life are the ones who feel the fear and move forward anyway. The people who win are the ones who stand in the middle of the storm and say, I'm not backing down. Because when you refuse to let fear control you, that's when you realize most of the storms in your life weren't as big as they seem. They only looked that way because fear made them look bigger. Everybody wants to be strong, but strength isn't built in comfort. Strength isn't built when everything is going your way, where life is easy, when you have no struggles. Strength is built in the storm. And here's the true storm separate the weak from the strong. They show you who can endure and who will break. They reveal who is committed and who is just pretending. They don't create character, they expose it. Have you ever noticed how some people crumble under pressure while others rise? It's not because one person is luckier or more talented. It's because when the storm came, one of them chose to fight while the other chose to fold. The weak ones run when things get tough. They look for the easy way out. They make excuses, blame their circumstances, and give up before they even give themselves a chance. But the strong take that storm and use it. They let it make them better, wiser, tougher. They push through even when they are tired, even when they are scared, even when they don't know how they are going to make it. Storms don't just test you, they test the people around you. Pay attention to who's still standing with you when things get rough. Some people are only in your life when the sun is shining. They love being around you when you are winning, when you are happy, and when you have something to give. But the moment the storm hits, they are gone. They disappear, stop answering calls, stop showing up. And that's how you know they were never really with you to begin with. Real ones don't leave when the storm comes. The strong stay. The strong fight with you. The strong don't run just because things got difficult. You see, weak people want an easy road. They want success without struggle. They want rewards without the work. The moment things don't go their way, they quit. They complain about how unfair life is, how hard it is, how they don't have what it takes. But life doesn't care about complaints. Life doesn't hand out rewards to people who give up. Life gives rewards to the ones who push through, refuse to let the storm defeat them, and take the pain and turn it into power. Some of you right now are in a storm, and you are wondering why it's so hard. You are wondering why you have to go through this, why nothing is working out the way you planned. But have you ever thought that maybe this storm is here to show you who you are? Maybe the storm is here to separate you from the ones who don't have the same level of commitment, the same level of drive, the same level of faith. Maybe the storm is making you into the person you were always meant to be. The weak won't make it because they don't want to go through anything uncomfortable. They don't want to sacrifice. They don't want to struggle. They don't want to take risks. They want life to be easy. And the moment it's not, they give up. But the strong understand that pain is part of the journey, that nothing great comes without struggle. Those storms aren't there to break them. They are there to prove that they are unbreakable. So when the storm comes, don't ask, why me? Ask, who am I? Am I the kind of person who runs when things get tough? Or am I the kind of person who stands my ground and fights? Because storms will come no matter what. But what they reveal about you is entirely up to you. The weak will always be taken out by the storm. The strong will always walk through it and come out even stronger on the other side. The greatest life lessons don't come when things are easy. They don't come when you are comfortable, when everything is going right, when the sun is shining. The best lessons come in the storm. When life knocks you down, when you feel lost, when you have no choice but to fight, that's when you learn what you are made of. That's when you find out what truly matters. That's when you grow in ways you never thought possible. Nobody likes the storm while they are in it. It's painful. It's frustrating. It makes you question yourself, question your decisions, question everything. But if you pay attention, if you stop focusing on how bad it feels and start asking, what is this teaching me? You'll realize that every storm has a lesson buried inside it. It might be teaching you patience. It might be teaching you strength. It might be showing you who you can trust and who you need to let go of. But no storm comes without a purpose. No storm comes without leaving you with something valuable. You learn things in the storm that you could never learn in the sunshine. You learn how to adapt. You learn how to survive when everything feels like it's falling apart. You learn that the things you thought you couldn't live without, you actually can. You learn that the people you depended on, some of them were never really for you. You learn that the fears you had, they weren't as big as you thought they were. Storms strip away everything unnecessary. They force you to face the truth, to see yourself, to stop making excuses and to start taking action. Have you ever noticed how the people with the best wisdom, the deepest understanding, the strongest character, they have all been through something? They have struggled. They have lost. They have fought battles most people will never understand. But that's why they are wise. That's why they are strong. The storms are the real teachers in life. They don't just show you who you are. They show you who you need to become. They make you better, sharper, and more focused. They teach you the things that no book, no classroom, no easy road could ever teach you. Some of you are in a storm right now, and you are so focused on the pain that you are missing the lesson. You are so caught up in how unfair it feels that you are not seeing what it's trying to teach you. But if you stop and look closer, you'll see that this storm is making you into someone you never thought you could be. It's forcing you to grow in ways you never wanted to, but in ways you needed to. It's preparing you for something bigger. Because life isn't just about getting through the storm, it's about learning from it so you can handle what's coming next. Storms teach you what matters. They show you that all the small things you used to stress over, they don't matter as much as you thought. The opinions of people who don't believe in you, they don't matter. The fear of failure, it doesn't matter. What matters is who you become through the struggle. What matters is how you use the lessons to step into your purpose. Because if you never go through anything, you never grow into anything. So the next time life hits you with a storm, don't just try to run from it. Don't just pray for it to be over. Ask yourself what it's teaching you. Ask yourself what you need to learn, what you need to change, or what you need to let go of. Because the best lessons don't come from comfort, they come from struggle. The best wisdom doesn't come from ease, it comes from endurance. And the best version of you will never come from staying in the sunshine. It will be shaped, refined, and strengthened in the storm. When everything is going good, everybody wants to be around. When you are winning, when you are shining, when you are on top, people will clap for you, celebrate you, and act like they have been with you all along. But the moment the storm hits, that's when you find out who's really for you. That's when people start disappearing. That's when the phone stops ringing, the support fades, and the ones you thought would always be there suddenly have other things to do. It's a hard truth, but not everybody who was with you is for you. Some people only stick around when it benefits them. They love being associated with your success, but they don't want to be anywhere near your struggle. They don't mind celebrating with you, but they don't want to fight with you. And the second things start going wrong, they distance themselves. They don't want to be involved in the hardship. They don't want to help carry the weight. They were never invested in you. They were invested in what they could get from you. Have you ever noticed how people will say, I got you until you need them? They'll tell you they are down for you. They'll call you family, and they'll act like they'll never switch up, but when life gets rough, they show you their true colors. Some of the people you love the most will leave you in your lowest moments. Some of the ones you trusted the most will walk away when you need them. And it hurts because you thought they were different. You thought they were solid. But the storm doesn't lie. The storm will always reveal who was real and who was just pretending. But here's the thing you need people to leave. You need the ones who aren't truly for you to walk away. Because if they can't handle the storm, they don't deserve to stand with you in the sunshine. If they are not willing to struggle with you, they shouldn't get to celebrate with you and the storm. It's doing you a favor. It's removing the ones who were only temporary. It's exposing the ones who were never truly committed. It's clearing the path for the right people, the ones who will stand with you no matter what. The people who stay, the ones who hold you up when you are falling apart. The ones who pray for you, fight for you, and refuse to leave your side, those are your people. Those are the ones you can trust. They don't just love you when it's convenient, they love you when it's hard. They don't just support you when you are winning, they support you when you are at your lowest. And they are rare. So when you find them, hold on to them. Appreciate them, because real ones are few, but they are worth more than gold. Some of you are feeling abandoned right now. You are looking around and realizing that people you thought would be there forever have left. It hurts. It feels personal. But don't waste time crying over people who walked away. If they were meant to be part of your journey, they would still be here. If they left, that means their part in your story is over. You don't need them to get to where you are going. You don't need them to fulfill your purpose. If they could walk away, that means they were never meant to stay. And once you understand that, you stop chasing people. You stop begging them to stay. You stop trying to convince people of your worth. Because the right ones, you won't have to convince them. The right ones will be there in the storm, standing beside you, fighting with you. And when the storm clears, those will be the ones you rise with. The ones who stayed in the struggle are the only ones who deserve to celebrate the victory. If you look at anybody who has ever done something great in life, I guarantee you they have been through a storm. Not just a small challenge, not just a little setback, I'm talking about real storms. Moments when they wanted to quit. Moments where they didn't know if they could make it. Moments where they felt completely alone, backed into a corner with no clear way out. But here's what separates them from everybody else. They didn't let the storm break them. They went through it, they survived it, and they came out stronger on the other side. You see, greatness isn't born in comfort. It's not something that just happens to lucky people. Greatness is built in struggle. It's built in failure. It's built in nights of doubt, in seasons of pain, in situations that test everything you thought you knew about yourself. Every great person you admire, every successful person you look up to had to fight through something to get where they are. They weren't handed an easy path. They had to endure. They had to suffer. They had to push forward when everything in them was telling them to give up. Think about all the legends, all the icons, all the people who changed the world. You think they got there without storms? Do you think they made history without setbacks, betrayals, and failures? No. They had to fight for it. They had to deal with people doubting them, with doors slamming in their faces, with moments where they questioned if they even had what it took. But they kept going because they understood that storms don't last forever, but quitting does. The difference between people who rise and people who fall is not talent. It's not connections. It's not luck. It's endurance. The ones who rise are the ones who refuse to stay down. The ones who refuse to let the storm define them. The ones who take every struggle, every heartbreak, every loss, and use it as fuel. Because the truth is, the storm is not there to destroy you, it's there to prepare you. Every hardship, every delay, every painful season is shaping you for something bigger. And if you quit in the middle of it, you never get to see what's on the other side. Some of you are in the middle of your storm right now. You are feeling overwhelmed, tired, and defeated. You are asking, why is life so hard? But let me ask you something. Do you want to be great? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be remembered for something bigger than yourself? Because if the answer is yes, then this storm is part of the process. It's here to build you, to stretch you, to show you what you are made of. And if you can survive this, if you can push through, if you can hold on just a little bit longer, you are going to come out on the other side better, stronger, and ready for the next level. Every great person has a story of pain, of struggle, of moments when they thought they weren't to make it. But that's what makes them great. Not that they had an easy road, but that they survived a difficult one. And when they tell their story, it's not the good times that inspire people, it's the storms they survived. It's the nights they cried but kept going. It's the moments when they almost gave up but chose to fight instead. Because that's what people relate to. That's what makes their story powerful. So if you want to be great, If you want to achieve something real in this life, understand that you will have to go through a storm. There's no way around it. But the storm is not there to break you. It's there to build you. It's there to make sure you are strong enough to handle the success that's waiting for you. Because every great person, every legend, every icon you admire, they didn't just survive a storm. They used it to become unstoppable. When you are in the middle of storm, it feels like it will never end. The winds are howling, the rain is pouring, and all you can see is darkness. It's hard to imagine the sun ever coming back. It's hard to imagine the clouds parting and the sky clearing up. But here's the truth you need to remember: the sun always shines after the storm. No matter how long the night, no matter how intense the rain, there is always light on the other side. The storm is temporary. The pain, the struggle, the heart attack, they are all temporary. You may feel like it's never going to end. You may feel like you are stuck in the middle of it with no way out. But I promise you the storm will pass. And when it does, the sun will rise again. You'll look back and realize that the storm, though tough too, didn't last forever. It was a season, not a lifetime. And just like the storm eventually gives way to daylight, so will your struggles. One of the hardest parts about going through a storm is the uncertainty. You don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know when it's going to end. All you can do is hold on and keep going, even when you can't see the light. But here's the key: you have to trust that the sun will come. You have to trust that no storm lasts forever. Even if you can't see it, the light is waiting for you on the other side. Because every storm has an end. Every challenge eventually comes to a close. And when it does, the sun will shine brighter than you ever imagined. The storm might shake you. It might rattle your faith, make you question everything you thought you knew. But the storm doesn't define you. The way you handle it does. The way you keep pushing forward, even when everything feels uncertain, is what defines you. And when you make it through, when the storm is finally over, you'll find that the sun shines differently. It's brighter. It's warmer. It's a reminder that you made it through. It's a sign that you are stronger than you ever thought you were. Sometimes the sun shines in ways you didn't expect. You might walk out of the storm and find new opportunities waiting for you, relationships that have grown stronger, and a version of yourself that's more resilient than before. The storm, while difficult, forced you to grow. It forced you to adapt. It forced you to become something better. And now, as the sun shines, you can see the blessings that came from the struggle. You can see how far you have come, how much stronger you have become, and how much more capable you are of handling what's next. If you are in the middle of a storm right now, hold on. The sun is coming. It may seem far away, but I promise you it's on its way. You just have to keep going. You have to trust the process. Trust that even though you can't see it yet, the sun will shine again. The storm is only preparing you for the beauty that's waiting for you when it's over. The sun always shines after the storm because it's a reminder that no matter how dark or difficult the season, you are meant to rise again. So don't give up in the storm. Don't lose hope when things get tough. Remember, the sun is always on the other side of the storm. You may not be able to see it now, but it's there. It's waiting for you to reach the end of the season so it can shine its light on you. And when it does, you'll realize that every struggle, every storm, every tear was worth it because it brought you to a place of light, peace, and new beginnings. Look, the storm is never easy. It's not supposed to be, but everything you need to become the person you are destined to is on the other side of that storm. Every challenge you face, every difficulty you endure is shaping you, strengthening you, and preparing you for something bigger. You are not going through this storm because life wants to break you. You are going through it because life knows you are strong enough to survive it and come out better. Remember this, the sun always shines after the storm. You may not see it now, you may not feel it now, but the sun will rise again. When the storm clears, you'll look around and realize that you have grown. You'll realize that the battle you fought, the pain you endure has made you into someone new. Someone ready for everything that's ahead. Someone who can face the next storm without fear. So don't quit in the storm. Don't let the dark clouds fool you into thinking it's the end. It's not. It's just a part of your journey. And when you come through it, you'll see that the storm wasn't there to destroy you. It was there to reveal your strength, your resilience, and your ability to rise above. Because every great person, every successful person has walked through a storm. And now it's your turn to walk through it and come out stronger on the other side. Keep going. The sun is waiting for you.